Hello, this is Cat Knight Alexander, and welcome to my playthrough of Dawntrail. The last, well, pretty much the last stream of Dawntrail. It's time for the last role quest, the range DPS role quest. Woohoo! Oh yeah, and I server changed so I could join Zepla's free company. To steal a steel hog. Greetings. So you have decided to aid my people in retrieving our treasure, yes? You will be glad to know my long and arduous journey from our homeland and distant south of Yoctoral was not in vain. As for the treasure we would have you recover, it contains the undying essence of an armadillo Tural withdrawal. An armadillo? These steel hogs, as we call them, rely on their tough hides to protect themselves from predators. The legends speak of one that lived to an extraordinary age, perhaps due to its natural suit of armor, and came to be known as the Lord of the Forest. At the end of its long life, our ancestors enshrined the Vidral's soul within the Steelhog vessel. For generations since, the divine blessings it bestows have been a great boon to my people. Those under its protection need not fear wild beasts, for fang and claw cannot harm them. This allows us to hunt in the forest without risking our lives. There, good. Straighten my back and jaw. This treasure, so crucial to our people, was stolen by a tall, slender merchant, or rather a man posing as one. He came bearing exotic wares from foreign lands and served alcohol freely, toasting often to new friendships. My people became caught up in celebration, and in the morning, the merchant was gone, along with the Steelhog vessel. Without it, we cannot bestow its blessing afresh upon our hunters. The effect wanes over time, and one by one we are losing our protection against the savage predators that stalk our lands. As I and my granddaughter, Seatul Jaw, still possess the treasure's blessing, we have been tasked with locating the Steelhog vessel and returning it to the village. The trail led us here to Tulioval, where we believe the perpetrator boarded the ship and made good his escape. The journey here has already pushed this decrepit body of mine beyond its natural limits, and a lengthy voyage by sea would likely be my end. Although I urged Seatul Jaw not to make the crossing alone, she was determined to give chase. Given that you hail from across the ocean, your knowledge of those lands will prove invaluable to her. Not only that, but our quarry may use the Steelhog vessel to his own ends. Only a skilled warrior can stand up against such a foe, and Seatul Jaw is no warrior. You'll have your treasure in 2 shakes of an armadillo's tail. I am truly grateful. My granddaughter's first port of call is a place called Alamigo! You see, as the thief took all of his wares with him, the only clue left behind was an empty bottle of whatever grog he was serving. After asking the sailors here, it seems it was produced in Alamigo. No other leads, Seatul Jaw set forth. Once you arrive, she should not be difficult to find. These days, only a handful of Mumble Jaw attempt the journey. Most of them brutish mercenaries. Seatul Jaw is a far daintier creature and is sure to have made a favorable impression on the locals. May the Steel Hog watch over you. Yeah, go to Ralger's Reach. Got it. Land of the free. Time to tongue-tied. Land of the free, baby! The other land of the free. The other place based on America. We're going from America to America. This is just Season 4 of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! The 4Kids dub, of course. All over again. I wonder if Darts is going to show up in this role quest. I am going to summon the Great Leviathan! No, not the legendary dragons! Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not doing the correct Darts impression. I need to do the little Karibo one. I am going to summon the Great Leviathan! That was a terrible impression of that bad voice of his, but still, funny. That was funny. Yes, I met the Mamul Jaw girl you're after. She was looking for a tall, thin man. Some sort of thief, apparently. Sounded a bit like the leader of a gang of bandits that lurks around Viljala, so I told her as much. Chances are that's where she's headed. I hope she stays out of trouble. A Mamulja, you say? As it happens, she came over while I was cleaning the cannons. She showed me an empty Arak bottle and said she was looking for the bloke it had belonged to. Thing is, that brand's found all over Alamigo, so I wasn't able to help narrow down her search. Donna. Yes, I saw a Mamulja on my patrols. But he carried an enormous axe. Not at all like the person you described. In Viljala. Where the hell is Viljala again? Oh, here. Hearing stones. Let's go. Omega's back! To burn Alamigo to the ground! Just call me Top Cat. Oh, look, a potato. Mmm, French fries. I like French fries. Here, let me apply some of this ointment. It's a common remedy where I come from. Oh, are you here to lend a hand? This poor soul was attacked by highwaymen, and I could use help tending to his wounds. Don't worry about me. It's my escort who's in trouble. He's in pursuit of the thieves. That berry's bitten off more than he could chew. Please, will you aid him? You thieving bastards! Oh, wow. Fucking paladins. What the hell? Look! He's a paladin from Warcraft PvP. This doesn't work. Behold! What? Nothing like a bit of divine intervention. Just tip the scales in my favor. With this artifact in my hands, I am invincible! He really is a Warcraft paladin. They all think that. Another one, eh? Not that it matters. Kakulja, it's time you earned your coin. Appreciate the assistance, but he wasn't joking about divine intervention. Some strange force pushed me away. I can't even get near them. The steel hog vessel, return it at once, and the stolen goods. Ah, I see. Racial loyalties won't attack one of your own. Oh ho ho, you followed me all the way here from your backwater village. Alas, your journey has been for naught. The vessel is mine. I, Shelterfit, will make better use of the artifact than you and your ilk ever could. By the might bestowed upon me, I will become savior to the oppressed and destitute. In light of my grand ambitions, the vessel's power would be wasted in the likes of you. You cannot hunt without it. Might I suggest a change of diet? I hear the acorns are delicious at this time of year. He actually thinks he's Robin Hood. Damn it all, I was so close. This guy is just a Warcraft paladin. He thinks he's... Whatever. But now is not the time for regrets. These two are in need of a healer. I'll see them safely to Rogger's Reach. Would you mind meeting us there once their injuries have been treated? We'd better tell the resistant soldiers what happened. Yeah, okay. Okay, fair. So he's just Robin Hood / Warcraft Paladin main. Ugh. You know, the last two have been... Well, actually, no. The healer quest was fun. Was it the tank role quest that was the second most boring thus far? I genuinely don't remember it. Oh, wait, no, that was the one, that person that wanted to stay awake forever. Like, no, that was kind of interesting. Then there was the caster role quest, which... trying to remember. It's been over almost 3 months since that one. Oof. Caster role quest. I know the melee role quest was really interesting because trying to sow chaos in the Vision and Discord by disguising himself as other people. That was cool. But the caster one was... Oh, the caster one was basically just Mr. Beast. So the Rogues Gallery for this Passage of the Unbound thus far, in order I did the quests, are ex-spy, basically a federal operative, basically a glowy, spreading chaos and division by using disguises, kind of like the spy in a game of Team Fortress 2. Mr. Beast in FF14 form. A woman that has a gambling addiction, fell asleep on duty, got dishonorably discharged, never wanted to fall asleep again and lost her mind. She wanted to be perpetually woke, I guess. That, in my opinion, that was the weakest one. Team Rocket with the personality of the Joker and Scarecrow fused together. And now we have wannabe Robin Hood. Okay. These role quests are a mixed bag. Some of them are really, really good. Some of them suck. Like, I want to see more of Discount Team Rocket. That's my favorite one. The healer one was my favorite one. My second favorite one was the melee role quest. And if I had to choose a third one for top 3, it would be Discount Mr. Beast. The narcissist that wanted never-ending approval. That got fucked over by his own father. And thus far, the woman who wanted to be perpetually woke is in 4th place. But it might be bumped down to 5th place depending on what happens with this quest. Well, I'm glad we made it to safety without any more trouble. Those bandits wouldn't dare step foot in this place. Ah, how rude of me. I never asked her name. How you chanced across us, for that matter. Oh yeah, I was sent to help you. You came all the way from Tuliolo at my grandfather's behest. Can't tell how grateful I am. As for the highwaymen, they possessed a steelhog vessel, a treasure from my village. Not only does it grant protection from harm, but it also produces a potent blast when the barrier is dispelled. As long as our enemies have the vessel, attacks at close quarters will be extremely risky. Which means you need someone with a really, really, really strong range attack to burst their bubble. Although, as we say in my village, cracks form in even the mightiest of shields. Knowing this, we are careful not to rely too heavily on its power. But now that the Steelhog vessel has been stolen, this self-same power is being turned against innocent people such as yourselves. I only hope you can forgive me for allowing this to happen. There's nothing to forgive. If anything, we should thank you for coming to our aid. That Shaltufit and his lackeys have a lot to answer for. Indeed, we'll give the resistance our testimonies, and with any luck, the information will go some way to clapping those bandits in irons. I'll go with you too. Those soldiers here need to be warned about the vessel. No, leave that to us. We'll relay what you've told us, word for word. After all, you need to move quickly to have any chance of getting your artifact back. When you catch those robbers, give them one for me. How about you, Cat Knight? I hope I can count on you to be there for whatever else comes next. I knew it. I sense you're eager to get started, but I need time to plan our next move. Bandits aren't known for being found easily. I was surprised to see a fellow Mamulja among them. I can't imagine why that Kakulja would work for Shaltufit of all people. Cat Knight, I heard something that might help us. One of the soldiers has been contending with the same bandits who stole the vessel. I'll go and find him. Give me a moment, would you? Sorry to keep you waiting. Huh, when she told me she'd been sent an assistant, I never would have guessed it'd be the savior of Alamigo herself. You're something of a local celebrity, I take it. I'd love to hear more about that, but for now, let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Yes, quite. The bandits you've been chasing are behind a spate of recent incidents in Alamigo. What's more, it appears that Shaltufit is a part of a larger network known as the Passage of the Unbound, which is spreading its mayhem far and wide. In particular, they've been carrying out raids on trade caravans heading here from Gridania. We've increased patrols along that route, but the bastards strike so quickly that they've usually made good their escape by the time aid arrives. On the rare occasions we caught them in the act, they use some kind of device or magic object to deflect our arrows and send us sprawling. That's the Steelhog vessel that was stolen from my village, you see. I'm sorry for all the trouble it's caused. The one who took it, Shaltufit, said something about using its power to help the oppressed and destitute. What do you think he meant by that? That sounds familiar. The reports say the thieves were shouting something along those lines during the other raids. They claim the merchants are overworking and underpaying their laborers, and therefore deserve to be targeted. I made the joke during the tank roll quest that about the chick wanting to be perpetually woke, being a commie. These people are actually communists. They just hate free trade. I don't see how stealing a bunch of good helps the workers, and there's not a shred of evidence that anyone is being exploited. No, you misunderstand. They're communists. They hate capitalism. They view capitalism itself as exploitation. If you ask me, they're just in it for the money. Well, yeah, that's typically how that goes with communists. They steal from the rich and give to themselves, aka the poor. And they're always poor no matter how much they have in their coffers. They just keep stealing. In any case, their reasons won't matter a jot once they're behind bars. But for that, we'll have to catch them first. The most recent incident occurred near Porta Praetoria, one of the waypoints on the road to the palace. If you want to know more, you'd best hear it straight from the commander there. Anyway, I'll send word ahead to let her know you're coming, assuming you are, that is. Yes, of course, much appreciated. This sounds like a promising lead. The soldiers here were good enough to explain the lie of the land around here, so I shouldn't have any trouble making the journey by myself. I'll see you there. This is the most American quest line ever. I'm in the zone where that has Star Spangled Banner as its national anthem, or at least a remix of it. And I'm a machinist hunting communists, which means I'm a hunting communist with a gun. Okay. Okay. This one might go up in my estimation to 4th place. Healer Quest is still number 1. Caster Quest is still number 3. And Melee Quest is still number 2. But this might be number 4, which would make the Tank Quest the worst one. Good, you're both here. My colleague at the Reach has told me everything. I can confirm that we've had several sightings of Shaltafit and his gang in recent days. They've even taken to ambushing our patrols. Whereas most brigands would flee from armed and armored soldiers, this lot seems to take pleasure in goading us into attacking. The treasure they carry makes them invulnerable. Can also emit a devastating blast, but that's only effective at short range. Shelterfit wants to draw your soldiers into close quarters because they stand no chance. Well, that explains their uncommon boldness. Thank you. This information will go far in helping us contend with the bandits. Sorry to interrupt. Who might you be? Oh, simple peddlers, my good lady. I, myself, am of Gridanian stock. And after learning my craft in the markets of Ula, I now deliver all manners of finery to eager patrons throughout Eorzea. But enough about that. I hope you'll forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing you mention a gang of highwaymen. We've heard similar tales from other traders passing through, and it seems some stretches of road are more dangerous than others. In fact, the bandits are most often seen at a specific location not far from here. If you like, we can take you there ourselves. Please, by all means. Wait, Cat Knight can take care of herself, but I can't allow any more civilians than necessary into an area believed to be teeming with bandits. Seems I have no choice but to ask you to go without me. Sorry, but if those highwaymen did turn up, I wouldn't be much good in the fight. While you head off to investigate, I'll see if there's any more information to be had here. Then it's settled. I shall leave our newfound friend in your capable hands. What? Oh, if you say so. I suppose we should be on our way then. If we do run into those highwaymen, you'll protect us, right? I think I just have. One's headed your way now, you know what to do. I fucking knew it! Such obvious bait! What? Unacceptable. Either you do this without my help, or I'll find someone who can. Show some backbone for once. I fucking knew it. I knew it. My instincts. I know a trap when I see one. It reeked of a trap. Such obvious bait. You'd have to be a moron to fall for this. Unfortunately, the Warrior of Light is a goody two-shoes moron that will fall for anything. Case in point, a Realm Reborn, baby. I would have never picked up that vial. My prince would not have been on the vial that at the end of a Realm Reborn. I would have never picked that up. I'm not a moron. I'm a paranoid asshole. We're almost there. It's just on the other side of this gully. Actually, if it's all the same to you, we'll wait here while you go on ahead. This is already more than close enough for my liking. Yes. Don't want your cover to be blown, I see. Oh, wow. That's crazy. It's a trap. Craven followers? No, man. That's crazy, dude. Crazy. It was a trap. That never happens. You mean it was bait? No, dude. Bullets. What just hit you was bullets. Well, oh, they're still here! You beat them? All of them? How very fortunate. Well then, I'd best contact the boss. I'm sure he'll want to know all about this. No doubt he's still talking to your friend and the commander. They'll be glad to hear you've come to no harm. You'll never guess what, boss. She trounced a lot of them. Ah, yes, understood. I'm not quite sure why, but he said they'll be here in a jiffy. Is it true you beat them all single-handedly? Yeah. I shot them all in the head. It was funny. Gods be good, I'm glad you're on our side. Anyway, I'll take it from here. My, very impressed. And how jolly convenient for those villains to appear exactly where we thought they would, too. But above all, I'm glad no one was hurt. Well, no one important, that is. I'm relieved to see that everyone's safe. It must have taken a lot of courage to bring Cat Knight here, knowing that danger could be lurking around every corner. Are you sure you're all right? You're putting on a brave face for our benefit. There's no need, I assure you. No, we're fine. Couldn't be better. Well then, I'd say that's enough excitement for one day. We best continue on our way to the Alamegan quarter. Where's the sell? Deals the broker? That sort of thing. I dare say it'll be some time before any ne'er-do-wells have the gall to descend upon this neck of a desert. And as for you, my friends, I advise you not to stray too far from the beaten path. If you know what's good for you. Ta-ta! There's nothing less for us to do here, so let's head back to Porta Praetoria. Yeah. Yeah. The Warrior of Light is so fucking gullible. I'm so glad I based my character loosely on Zeppla, because this seems like the type of thing Zepp would fall for. Me? No. No. I'm too paranoid to fall for this. Well, that was all very strange. One moment, they're helping us apprehend criminals, and the next, they're racing off to peddle their wares elsewhere. Merchants certainly are a busy lot, aren't they? Not that I'm complaining, of course. With those suspects in custody, I'm sure the Resistance will be able to wring some valuable information from them. I expect all that ringing will take a while, though. It looks like we've been given an opportunity to rest for a little rest. You've certainly earned it. At a guess, I'd say the Resistance has been interrogating the captured highwaymen for long enough to get some answers from them. With any luck, we may even learn about where we can find Shaltufit. I'm sure the commander is as eager as we are to put a stop to his misdeeds. Let's go and see if she's unearthed any useful information. Or was it a she or a he? I couldn't tell, and I don't really care. Oh, I think it actually is a she. Okay. Ah, I was just about to send someone for you. Glad you could save me the bother. I have a favor to ask of you both. No! No more letters! I've played Final Fantasy IX! No more fucking letters! I will kill every mole patnik! Oh, wait, sorry. Mognet PTSD. What were we talking about? I'm going to let the criminal walk free, and I want you to follow him. Oh, okay. You see, our questioning has revealed that the bandits are indeed working with Shaltufit. We cut one of them loose, he might lead us straight to their den. But if the mission fails and you're discovered, you may find yourself confronted with an untold number of outlaws. Of course, I considered sending my own men, but I suspect that by now. The bandits know our faces. After Cat Knight's little display in the gully, I'm sure she alone can handle whatever trouble may come her way. I'll go with her. If this really does lead to Shaltufit, I need to be there when we find him. Very well, but if it comes to a fight, you stay behind Cat Knight, understood? I'll have the suspect brought over now, but remember what I said. And stay out of sight until he leaves. Don't look at me like that. Said I'm sorry, didn't I? Aye, that you did. Several times. And as much as it galls me, there's no evidence to contradict your claim that you were acting in self-defense. Nor is there tangible proof of any other wrongdoing. We've no choice but to let you go. You have somewhere to go, I presume. Well, I suppose I can find work loading caravans in Alighieri. Seems as good a place as any for making a quick turn over a new leaf. In that case, I'll have you escorted there. But you best keep your nose clean or we'll come down on you like a ton of bricks. Turn over a new leaf, my arse. He'll be back among his thieving mates before long, and you'll be right there behind him. For now, all we need to know is the location of their den. Do not attempt to approach the suspects. I'll send word ahead to Alighieri. Once you have the information we need, report to the troops stationed there. This is the chance we've been waiting for. Let's go. Teleport to Alighieri. Let me guess. I need to do one of these follow quests. There he is. So much for finding work in Alighieri. He's only just arrived and he's already leaving town. Now comes the tricky part, keeping our eyes on him and his eyes off us. Stick close, but not too close. Don't tell me it's another one of these quests. Yep, it's another one of these quests. After him. Don't get too close. Another one of these quests. Hide behind the rock. Hide behind the tree. Oh no, is he actually going to be smart and look around? Oh no, he's not going to be smart. Oh, I see. What a pretty stone. I bet it's worth a gil or two. Yep, I knew it. Turning around. Oh, no, he's going around this way. Better have a look about. This bastard. Looks like I'm not being followed. They set this to hard mode. Holy crap. Those buildings abandoned? Could have sworn I heard something. Oh, you mean the giant mech? The giant killer mech. Hang on, what happened to the others who got caught? Not my problem, I suppose. Time to head back. Okay. Duty complete, that's it? This guy was a tricky act to follow. Those are the merchants we met at Porta Praetoria. So they just let you go out of the kindness of their hearts, is that it? Not only that, but you came crawling straight back here, leading whoever they sent to track you right to our doorstep. I swear it, no one followed me. The soldiers took me as far as Allegheny, and then went back the way they came. I made sure there were specks in the distance before I even set foot outside of town. I suppose I've no choice but to take you at your word, not that it's worth much. Well, now that this charade is at an end, let us change it to something a little less drab. Shelterfit, why did you make us fight that woman without the blessing? She could have killed a lot of us without breaking a sweat. A mere oversight, that is all. Though it pains me to admit it, even with the invulnerability granted by the artifact, the likes of us are ever at the mercy of the truly powerful. I never expected that Mamuljaw wretch to hire a warrior of such caliber to retrieve the vessel. A pox on those interfering nincompoops. But the Mamuljaw girl didn't seem a bad sort. Naive, maybe, but it's plain that her heart's in the right place. You truly are pathetic. Not only did you fail miserably, but now you're sympathizing with the enemy. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't rid myself of you permanently. Ah, good old friend-enemy distinction. He's going full Schmidt. You expressed a single fucking opinion that contradicts the collective consciousness of the group. Therefore, he's going to shoot you in the head. Never go full Schmidt. You'll run out of followers eventually. No, please, we owe everything to you, Shelterfit. Without you, we are nothing. They were all in on this from the beginning, with Shelterfit pulling the strings. If this is how he treats his friends, imagine what he'd do to his enemies. Yeah, he's about to decolonize all of Alamigo. We gotta stop him. You couldn't stay away, could you? What? Imbecile, you led them right to us! Hakulja, eliminate these vermin! Let me handle this, Cat Knight. You're from Tyrol, working here as a mercenary, yes? The ones who hired you stole the Steelhawk vessel from my village. We need its blessing to stand a chance against the beasts of the forest. I can't return home without the vessel. Either you return home empty-handed or you won't be returning at all. I'd rather not harm a fellow Tyrali. So get out of here before I change my mind. I've bought enough time by listening to your blathering. Don't let me catch you sniffing around our tails. Shelterfit and his underlings are out of sight. I thought I could make that cool jaw see sense, but he was clearly in no mood to listen. I'd say our best option is to report to the Resistance members in Allegheny and share what we've learned. Yeah. Shuffle boogie, baby. Regardless of how things turned out, we appreciate your cooperation in the investigation. The information you provided has certainly given us a lot to consider. From what I hear, you almost came to blows with a Mammuljaw sellsword, or sell axe, I suppose. I'm glad it didn't come to violence, especially when given the power these bandits have at their disposal. Even so, we thank you for braving such a dangerous mission. Ugh, my brain is not working today. No thanks are needed. We're just as much a part of this investigation as the Resistance. I'm sure we can agree we'll need to work together to take down Shelterfit and his gang. Their performance at Porto Pretoria showed just how cunning they are. It would seem so, yes. I'm told their little act was most convincing. No, it wasn't! I saw through it! I'll be sure to warn my comrades against any similar shenanigans. As for the two of you, be careful out there. Okay, this one is already shaping up to be better than the tank roll quest. All things considered, I'd say that went fairly well. Shelterfit used the same trick as the time he came to my village, namely, posing as a simple trader when he's in fact a dastardly thief. Still, not even the most skilled actor could fake the fear in his men's eyes. It appears that Shelterfit has complete control over them, and they are powerless to resist. The only one who doesn't seem afraid of him is Kakulja. He even let us go when he had no obligation to do so. I think that if we had the chance to talk, we might find some common ground. Yes, I get that feeling too. I knew you would. I've never been much of a fighter, but I make up for it in other ways. I'm a fairly good judge of character, for one. For most of my life, I've lived in a remote village, deep in the forest. I had hardly any contact with the outside world, so the thought of talking to strangers was quite daunting at first. But over the course of my journey, I've traveled through all kinds of places. And there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Wherever you go, people are people. In the end, our cultures and the places where we grew up don't make that big of a difference. True, actually. None of us are perfect, and we each have our faults. And even if it's harder to find in some than in others, I believe there is good in all of us. Yeah, for some people, it's worst case scenario. It's like 0.000000001% of good, but yeah, it's there. A small flickering candle of light in a vast malevolent darkness. That's why I hope we have another chance to speak with the thieves and Kakulja. I'm certainly not strong enough to beat any sense into them, so I'll try talking some sense into them instead. Good luck with that. Most people wouldn't know reason if it walked up and shook their hand. Having said, well, all of that, I can't feel even a shred of goodness in that Shelterfit. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough. Or perhaps violence is the only language he understands. Things might get a little rough before he's willing to listen. Anyway, we could save him for last. I'll try thinking of a way to reach out to the other members of the gang. Give me a little time, would you? Sadly, some people only understand violence. The milk of Mammuljaw kindness. Alright, I have something resembling a plan. First, we'll need to track down the members of Shelterfit's gang. Then we'll try to convincing them to leave. Considering how terrified most of them were, I'm sure they're eager to free themselves of Shelterfit and his outposts. With fewer followers, he'll pose less of a threat to the people of Alamigo, and will stand a better chance of taking back the Steelhawk vessel. Of course, we now know Kakulja and some of the other members by sight, so it shouldn't take too long to track them down. Time for another exciting round of Quiz the Locals, then. Yay, talk to 3 people. Talk to Wolf Lamont 10 times. Drink bleach for the sweet, sweet release of death. That last one's not recommended. Rest assured, I'm already a step ahead of you. Besides, if your roles to fend off bandits and the like, mine should be to gather information and whatnot. Does that sound fair to you? Thank you. I wish we had this in the MSQ. Imagine how much quicker the plot of Dawntrail would have went. As it happens, our Resistance friend stationed here had some interesting news to share. Apparently, the two men posing as merchants that we met before were spotted nearby, engaging in trade and conversing with caravan owners, all to nefarious ends, no doubt. They were last seen in a place called Alagana, so we should head over there right away. One has a beard and the other has blue eyes. Assuming they haven't changed their disguises, they should be fairly easy to find. Gotta go to a different zone. Ah, here we go. Alagana. Teleport. Time to break out the Diet Mountain Dew. Ah, that's the good shit right there. Yes, yes, I know. I am the most American gamer alive. I'm drinking Diet Mountain Dew, I'm playing a machinist, and I'm hunting communists. I literally bleed freedom and shit eagles. It is what it is. Good work, Cat Knight. Why, good day. What can I do for you? You could start by dropping the affable merchant act. It's nothing but a front for your real line of work. Save me, Shelterfit! Is that what you really want? You seemed so scared of him before. Look, we're not here to hurt you. We just want to retrieve the vessel. If you explain what's going on, we might even be able to help you. Why don't you start by telling us your names? Names? Come to think of it, not once did Shelterfit ask us that. It was always, you there, or some undeserved insult instead. I'm Avenel, and this here is Pepin. Both born and bred in Uldog, we were struggling to make ends meet until Shelterfit, claiming to be a merchant, took us under his wing. Right, he said that he was just like us, exploited and sick of, bending over backwards for the rich and powerful. Then he showed us the artifact and told us it had the power to change the world for the better. With its blessing, you could shrug off the charge of an aurochs like it was a soft breeze, making you practically invincible. You can imagine how impressed we were, and we did exactly as he instructed. At first, he told us to pretend to be merchants so we could scout out vulnerable caravans. Next thing we knew, we were joining him on raids. We never wanted to hurt anyone, but we owed Shelterfit for giving us the power to strive for a better life. And when we saw what happened to anyone who spoke up against him, still makes my blood run cold to think of it. Shelterfit mentioned before that he's also from Ul'dah, assuming he was telling the truth, that is. Seems to me his gang is mostly formed of people from a similar background. But what of Kakul Jah? He's a mercenary, correct? Yes, hired by Shelterfit. He's so skilled I doubt he even needs the blessing. Normally he keeps to himself, but he once told me about his homeland, an ocean away. Perhaps it is not unlike my own. Avenel, Pepin, even if you still view us as enemies, we appreciate you telling us the truth. No, we're the ones who should thank you. You've shown us more kindness than Shelterfit ever has. There is one other thing, though. Although you know about the crimes we've been party to, could you give us some time to straighten things out? Once this is all over, we'll turn ourselves in, I promise. Of course, we're not the only ones looking to cut ties with Shelterfit. We'll try to persuade the others to leave the gang. Not only that, with us acting as your men on the inside, we can help you take back your treasure. What do you say? This plan might just work. Count us in. We'll tell the resistance soldiers to hold off for now, and give you the chance to put things right. You won't regret it. We'll return to the den and talk to the others. Until next we meet, be careful. Wow. Is Talk No Jutsu actually going to work on these people? To be honest, that went a lot better than I expected. Same here! Considering all the shit that's been happening on Twitter over the last month. Yeah, I don't want to get political, don't want to talk about it. Talk No Jutsu. I know it's a fantasy game, but damn, Talk No Jutsu is overpowered compared to real life. Whew! And although it was fairly obvious from the outset, they confirmed my suspicions about Kakul Jaw traveling here to find work as a mercenary. Do you remember his reaction when we first encountered him? I have a feeling he and I are both from a similar part of Tyrol. He was surprised to see someone like me here in Eorzea. Whatever the reason, he's let us go twice now. He may be aiding and abetting a nefarious criminal, but I refuse to believe he's a bad person. I think it's worth talking to him. For that, we'll need to create an opportunity. The way he spoke about his homeland to Avenel and Pepin means he probably misses it, which gives me an idea. Where I come from, we have a tradition of using incense burners, and if Kakul Jaw's village is anything like mine, that fragrance will remind him of home. Then just when he's feeling all homesick and vulnerable, we'll make our move. The incense itself is made from copal, a type of tree resin. Do you think you could collect some of that while I gather the other ingredients? I actually came up with this idea back in Alighieri and asked our resistance associate where we might find copal. The good news is that there should be some in a place called the Last Forest. The bad news is that the smell attracts all sorts of horrible creatures, so try not to get eaten. Ah, level 96, Jittering Chapuli. Double check. Checkmate! Checkmate! Drill. Air anchor. There we go. Okay, I got the copal. Now it's time to head to Seatul Job and deliver the tree resin. Is that copal I smell? Oh my, this is quite the find. Once I mix this with the other ingredients, we'll have a batch of traditional incense ready for burning. Fortunately, the preparation takes a little while, so in the meantime, perhaps you could begin the search for Kakul Jaw. According to the locals, a Mammal Jaw has been seen near the river which runs through Rust Rock. With all the dust swirling about this place, I can imagine he'd want to wash it all off somewhere. I find myself bathing more than usual here, so I can relate. Okay. Cool. Riveting. Ah, here's the river. You should be bathing in it. Right here. Dismount. What are you doing here? Oh, there you are. Here, I have a present for you. It's an incense burner. The metal case is an old one I happen to have with me, but I made the incense from fresh ingredients, including copal that Cat Knight collected. Why not try lighting it? I'm sure the aroma will bring back pleasant memories of home. There's no need. I'd recognize that smell anywhere. But as much as I long to return home, I'd rather not be reminded of what I left behind. What I might never see again. As things stand, I have no choice but to continue working as Shaltafit's mercenary, no matter what crimes he commits. But why? The fare for a ship back to Tyrol is enough to buy a mansion here in Eorzea. At least, that's what Shaltafit told me. He said that if I serve him loyally, he'd cover the cost of my journey home. Hold on a moment. Surely that can't be right. People rich and poor travel from Eorzea to Tuliolo all the time. Well, since I'm unfamiliar with the local customs or negotiations and such, Shaltafit offered to speak with the ship's owner in my stead. Compared to the journey from Tyrol to Eorzea, traveling in the opposite direction is far more perilous due to the weather conditions and so forth. Were it not for Shaltafit's skill at the bargaining table, the price would have been even higher, or so he said. You got scammed, dude. I've been played for a fool, haven't I? That unscrupulous thieving snake in the grass. He won't get away with this. I have an idea. You should come with me to Limsa Lominsa, where I can introduce you to the captain of the merchant ship that brought me here. He's sure to give you passage home for a fair price. To tell you the truth, I was rather hoping you'd join us in our cause, but you've already been through enough. Getting you home safe and sound comes first. I don't know what to say. Thank you for your kind offer, but I have unfinished business here. Though I may have been deceived, that is no excuse for the harm and suffering I have caused. I alone must settle the score with Shaltafit once and for all. Whenever you're ready, the offer still stands. It's a pity we couldn't join forces, but he's got to do things his own way, I suppose. In any case, let's head back to Alighieri. With all those soldiers around, at least we won't have to worry about bandits, which is more than I could say for this place. He got scammed! Wow! You know what would be the funny plot twist? The funny plot twist is that not that Shaltafit actually scammed this dude. Is that Shaltafit himself got scammed by the guy he was talking to for the boat, and he's just your typical communist that has no understanding of how economics or business works whatsoever. And therefore, he actually assumed that was the fair price, and then told the Mamulja mercenary that. That would be a funny twist. I don't think they're going to go there, but that would be funny. It's like, wait, what? I have no idea how... What? Like, think about how funny that would be. No, I'm just trying to imagine the shock on that dude's face. Like, wait a minute. I got scammed? Like, yep. Yep, you got scammed. I mean, if that actually ends up being a plot point in the quest, I might actually bump this up to 3rd place. I will be laughing. You know, Cocklejaw isn't at all like his first impression suggested. He was actually rather sweet and perhaps a touch naive. Still, we can't blame him for being taken in by Shaltafit's lies, and Cocklejaw wasn't the only one. Can't bring myself to forgive that treacherous viper. Thanks to him, we've been led a merry dance and still have nothing to show for it. With any luck, our newfound allies, Avenel and Pippin, will have good news for us before long. Mean Machine 8! Machinist level 100, baby! I now have full metal field. Oof. Let's go. You'll never guess what. Someone I've never met before handed me a letter who said they were asked to deliver it by an entirely different person. There's no way to tell who the message is originally from. As I'm unaccustomed to, well, everything around here, I can't tell if the letter should be taken at face value or if there's some hidden meaning. Perhaps you could take a look. Cat Knight is to come to the Alamegan Quarter and meet with a man in spectacles. She must arrive incognito. The instructions are clear enough, and even so, it isn't as suspicious as month-old milk. On the other hand, it could be from Avenel and Pepin. While this smells like a trap, we don't have any better leads. I think we should do as the letter instructs, but proceed with the utmost caution. I'll meet you there. Omega has returned to scorch this world! Now that you're here, it's time to get you into disguise. As for me, even the most elaborate costume in the world will do little to keep me hidden in a place like this. I'll stick to the shadows and watch from a safe distance. I took the liberty of picking your outfit for the occasion. Let's hope it fits, eh? The sash and straps are a bit tricky to get right, so if they come undone and your disguise falls apart, just come back to me and I'll help you get dressed again. Okay, just don't move out of the area of effect. Oh, that's a nice outfit. Is mounting up? Mounting up does not remove the disguise, so I can just fly. As long as I'm in the area of effect. Good, good. You must be Cat Knight, correct? I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Our mutual friend Avenel sends his regards. Like him, I and several others have resolved to make a clean break and free ourselves of Shalta for good. You and a Mumblejaw girl have done us a great service by giving us a chance to put things right before reporting to us the Resistance. Now to the matter at hand. No doubt you are wondering why we must resort to such convoluted means to meet with you. Simply put, it's to avoid arousing the suspicions of Shaltafit and those still loyal to him. As for why we brought you here, there's someone we wish for you to meet. For now, I ask that you remain in disguise. Your cooperation is appreciated. One moment, please. I'm glad we have this chance to meet. Would that it were under better circumstances. My attempt to put a stop to Shaltafit's wrongdoing ended in failure. I tried to seize the artifact, but he was ready for me. Even so, it wasn't all for nothing. Thank you all for joining me in spite of the ever-watchful eye of the Resistance. The time has come to initiate the next phase of my master plan. Until recently, we have concentrated our efforts on liberating wares from hapless merchants, but this was all in service to something far greater. Our disruption of the flow of goods into Alamigo has plunged the markets, and as a consequence, the city itself into chaos, exactly as I had foreseen. No longer will we be forced to crawl through the mud and lick the boots of the rich and the privileged. We shall cast down the oppressors! They will suffer as we have! Oh my god, he actually wants to decolonize Alamiga. Wretched of the Earth style. You know, I actually am moving this to 3rd place. This is good. I like this one. The Migo shall inherit this land. Down with the old order. Revolution. A communist revolution. 3rd place. 3rd place. I still think the Spy Hard quest line with the melee quest and the Team Rocket one with the healer quest is still better. I like The healer one was funny, and the spy hard one was a nice little song and dance. I like a little cat and mouse game. I like a good spy game. But this, Communist Revolution, 3rd place! I've invested our funds into restoring and enhancing discarded Magitech weaponry. Now nothing can stop us from taking over Alamigo! That's enough, Shaltafit. Your treachery ends here! All this time I believe your lies, but no more. Give me the artifact now. It belongs to Seatul Jah and her people. What? But Kakul Jah is Shaltafit's right-hand man. Silence! Look at this wretched soul. That Mahmud Jah girl has turned him against me, his one and only benefactor. Be warned, should any of you side with this traitor, no longer shall you bask in the artifact's blessing. Now seize him or face the consequences. Yes, that's more like it. Any further interference could place my entire plan in jeopardy. I must act without delay. We moved up his timetable, huh? Good. Excellent. Panicking prey is the best prey. It's a more worthy opponent. Scared, horrified, cowering in the dark, with rabid bloodlust in its eyes. The best type of prey! Oh, sorry. Did I sound like Xenos for a second there? Nah, I'm not sorry at all. Xenos is base. The artifact's blessing and its shockwaves at their disposal, I was given a beating and thrown into the dirt. Later on, my friend here and a few other sympathizers snuck out and treated my injuries. More importantly, my attempted mutiny will no doubt have Shaltafit panicking as he struggles to maintain his hold over the rest of the gang. An attack is imminent, with the palace his most likely target. 3rd place, baby. I ask you relay this to Seatul Jah. At the very least, she has a right to know the whereabouts of the artifact. Understood? Actually, as much as I like the spy hard shit, depending on how this ends, this might be bumped up to 2nd place. So many people are like, the range DPS one is the weakest one. I'm like, no, this is solid. I like this quest. Time to put down this color revolution. So, what happened? And we were right to trust the sender of the letter after all. We knew Kakul Jah's score of settle at Shaltafit, but I had no idea he'd try to take back the vessel as well. Though we may not be working side by side, I'm glad to count him amongst our allies. Speaking of which, we must inform the Resistance about Shaltafit's plan right away. We stand a far better chance of stopping with their support, but giving the power at his disposal, even that may not be enough. I'll try to think of something. In the meantime, you should make whatever preparations you can, as even the smallest advantage may prove crucial. Oh, and I see you've changed back into your usual garments. Not that the outfit I chose didn't suit you, but I think this is more your style. The mightiest shield. Avenel and Pepin are on their way here. It's Shaltafit. He set his plan into motion. We would have come sooner, but after Cocklejaw openly opposed him, he became even more secretive than before. He refused to share his schemes with even his most loyal. Now he's used a caravan to smuggle a load of Magitech into the city. He's about to launch an assault on the royal palace. We managed to sneak away, but Shaltafit and the others will make their move any moment now. Understood, we'll head there straight away. We've no choice but to face them head on. While I wish there was more I could do to help, I'd best leave the fighting to you. No, what am I saying? There must be a way I can help. The treasure is from my village. I should be the one to solve this. I'm sure you'll think of something on the way. I thought I'd find you here. Seatljaw, you've already done so much for me and the others. Shaltafit tricked you into becoming his accomplices. It would appear it's in your nature to help wherever you can. Nevertheless, your place is not on the battlefield. You must leave that to Cat Knight and myself. But what about your injuries? They were not so severe to begin with, and those in the gang sympathetic to me provided various balms to treat the worst of them. Glad to know there are a few good eggs among them, but now that we've decided who's going, we need a plan. From the way Shaltafit uses the vessel, it's clear that there's one thing he hasn't realized yet. As we say in my village, cracks form even in the mightiest of shields. If there's a limit to the blessing's power, we'll find it. Whatever you do, you better do it quickly. Shaltafit and the others will soon reach the palace. We'll share everything we know with the Resistance and ask them to come as quickly as possible. Be careful out there. Okay. Filthy communist bastards are about to get shot. Ah, there we go. March of the Empire, baby. Time to land. They must have taken a long way around. Since the caravan won't be able to traverse the stairs, we, on the other hand, have no such concerns. Let's take a shortcut and intercept them. Then again, they may try to use the vessel's power to stop our advance. We best keep our eyes peeled for danger. You're the best choice to lead the charge, so we'll await your signal. Okay, time to drink some Mountain Dew and go to war, baby. Ready? Well, then it's now or never. Sorry, this charging into battle stuff is all new to me. I won't pretend I'm not scared, but I'll try to stay out of your way. Besides, I can't afford to back down now knowing what's at stake. Let's show Shaltafit who he's dealing with. Infiltrating the city was almost too easy. Now go, comrades! This smoldering ruins of the old order will be the foundation of our utopia. He's a communist! He's actually a communist! I fucking love this! It's as far as you go. Oh, wait, no. It was Seatljaw that said that. Thought I'd seen the last of you. I'm speechless. This is amazing. Do you not see that this artifact can lift up the meek from under the boots of their oppressors? Not just one isolated tribe, but everyone who's ever known fear. You call me a villain, but it's you who would keep such a liberating power to yourself. Yes, yes, I know. Liberating tolerance. Well, I'm about to show you some good old-fashioned liberating intolerance, bitch. You are no better than those who we struggle against. Only when your ilk have been eradicated will the world know freedom. The hour has come for us to rise up and take what is rightly ours. My whole village might rely on the treasure's blessing, but we will never use it to steal from others. You lie, cheat, and sow nothing but misery. You don't want to cast down the oppressors. You want to be the oppressors. Yeah, that's typically how communism works. Silence! Enough of your sanctimonious prattle! Unbound. Shaltafet Craven's Creed. Craven's Creed. Yeah, that's a good name for communism. The Craven's Creed. Perhaps I am every bit as wicked as you claim, but what of it? Does your self-righteousness make you better than me? Yes? For you and all those who judge me unworthy, my hatred will never die! Why do I get the feeling this is going to be a joke, boss, based on the boss music? Not that communists in 2024 are all that impressive, even without fictional superpowers, but still. Why do I get the feeling this is a joke, boss? Yeah, I know. Some truth into your tribe saying. Got it. Keep attacking the barrier. Hit the pally bubble until it breaks. Uh-oh. Ow, quit it. Haha, you are powerless to stop me. Maybe, maybe not. Let's test that thesis. Working. Place your trust in the proverb. Oop, don't stand in the fire. Ooh, I got double hit. Once I've dealt with you, Al Amigo, it's as good as mine. Yeah, checkmate. Uh-huh. Come on, Automation Queen. Oh. They're taking damage. What the hells? The barrier's fading. Is this what you meant? Focus your attacks on the barrier's cracks. There we go. Cracked metal. This can't be. Don't just stand there gawping. Surround them. You fool, Shelterfit. This is the limit of the artifact's power. Oh! Thank you, man. Oop. Stand here. Oh, I'm not... I have to be in... it's directional, isn't it? Yeah, it's directional. There's mechanics to the fight. Maybe a joke fight, but there are mechanics. Ow, quit it. Ow, the inhumanity. Ow, the pain. Second win. Time to heal up. Meddling cuz, let's see what you make of this. Magitech missiles. Oh, I have to take out the missiles. No use fleeing. We gotta strike from a distance. Yep. I know. I'm a ranged character. I've got this. How could they shatter the barrier? The artifact's power is absolute. Behold the power at my command. Seriously? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Cool. Riveting. Imbeciles, show some backbone! Seriously? Oh, I need to stand here to avoid dying. The mechanics. Defeat the Craven followers. Well, okay. Got him. Wow, that was quick and easy. How could this be happening? How can it be happening? My communist utopia is imploding! It hasn't been tried! The shit hasn't been tried! I have to keep saying it hasn't been tried! Oh shit. Ooh, dodge mechanics. Even that shield will crack eventually. Trust in the teachings and keep attacking. Got it. Praise be to Yevon. I don't need help to deal with the likes of you. Oh, you do. You need serious help. Fucking loser. Okay. Wow. Nice. Riveting. Give up the pressure. Okay. I'll just pop Tactician. Uh-huh. All the way over here. This rate, we won't last much longer. Yeah, that is the problem. Don't give in, yeah. Never surrender. Never retreat. Hold the line! Ooh, buff him. I can do this. I know I can. Good, good. Dynamis, baby. Well. Got him. You take out these missiles. Oops. He got hit by a missile. That's unfortunate. Got him. Focus your attacks on the barrier's cracks. Oh, yeah. There we go. Excellent. Take him out. Okay, now we're just down to the tank. Pop this. Pop this. Pop this. Pop this. Pop this. Pop that. Unload. Well, that was easy. We got the vessel back, and it's still in one piece. Please, I beg of you, give me the artifact. All the trials I overcame to join the Unbound. Everything I did was for a chance at happiness. Without the blessing, I'm nothing. My enemies will live on, unpunished. Good. Enough. I've tried reasoning with you, but it seems there's only one language you understand. Oof. Ah! Oh! Okay. I was worried she'd naively give him redemption. No. No. Second place! Second place, baby! This is a good quest line. Fuck him. Are you alright? Never better. Off to prison you go. We surrender. I'd say that Shaltafit's plans for world domination are well and truly over. Not only that, but the Steelhawk vessel is back where it belongs, or at least it will be soon. Of course, I have you two to thank for everything. I quite literally couldn't have done it without you. Although the Resistance arrived more than a bit late, they've now taken Shaltafit and his cronies into custody. They're lucky we were on hand to confront the gang, or things could have ended very differently. I have to say, my first trip overseas was a lot more eventful than I'd have liked. But I'm glad I had the chance to meet so many interesting people. Well, apart from all the criminals, that is. As much as I'd like to spend more time seeing the sights and whatnot, I suppose I'd best get the vessel back to Tyrol. What about you, Cocklejaw? There's only one thing I can do, turn myself in, just like Pepin and Evanel. Even if I was dancing to Shaltafit's tune, the fact remains I committed those crimes of my own free will, and I must pay the penalty. Perhaps if I am one day granted freedom, I'd like to pay my way home with fairly earned coin. First thing I'd do upon returning is visit your village, and offer my apologies for using the artifact to carry out evil deeds. After that, No, it is too soon to speak of such things. Wherever your journeys lead, you're always welcome in my village. Be sure to come visit one day. How about you, Cat Knight? If you happen to pass through Truliolo, my grandfather would love to show his appreciation for all you've done. Maybe I'll see you there. Okay. Return to Tuliolo and turn in the quest. Huh. You will return, Cat Knight, but pray tell what has become of my granddaughter. Why, I'm right here. We did it, grandfather. We took back the Steelhawk vessel. My dear, what a relief it is to see you safe and well. Of course, I am glad you were able to retrieve the treasure. But even that cannot compare to the joy of seeing your smile once more. And to you, Cat Knight, I must express the sincerest gratitude. No doubt we have you to thank for Acetal Jaw's safe return. Not to mention dead out of the vessel as well. Absolutely, I would have been lost without your guidance and bravery in the face of danger. Thank you truly. Anyway, we should be getting back to the village. No doubt the others will be clamoring to use the Steelhawk vessel to go hunting. I'll be coming back to Tuliolo at some point, so hopefully we'll run into each other again soon. Until next time. Oh yeah, this is second place. Healer Quest is first place. Melee Quest is third. Caster Quest is fourth. And the Tank Quest is fifth. Balls itch. Some shields are made to be broken. Oh, that's a sick burn on Horsefant right there. Sick burn, man. Why we hunt? How do I... Okay. Yeah. I did all the role quests. And the last role quest with the last unbound chick, the evil bunny girl, will be 7.1. Woohoo! So I'm done. Sweet. And, well, the plot theory stuff, the plot theory crafting, I plan on doing after the second live letter. Because, well, I mean, there might be something in that live letter that contradicts my predictions. So, you know, any actual on-stream plot theory crafting will happen after that. So, I'm pretty much done with 7.0. Did all the shit in 7.0 I wanted to do on stream. Woohoo, I'm done! Well, oh, I should probably explain what I'm planning on doing next. Obviously, there will be more FF14 streams in the future, even if they're just non-Dawntrail related casual streams where I just shoot the shit about random topics. And, of course, I'll stream 7.1. That being said, the next playthrough of a game I plan on doing is The War Within. Yeah, I might as well do The War Within. I heard the plot was good, so I'll see if that actually is true. Though that will probably be either tomorrow, maybe not the next day, because I have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. Basically, it'll be sometime next week. I'll start that. In any case, this has been Cat Knight Alexander. See you later. Bye-bye. Before you go, I'm going to raid someone. So, yeah. I'll just raid this VTuber. There we go. Start the raid. Raid now.